So over on the Patreon channel, I've been playing a lot with wax resist and using them in a little bit of a different way, using a sheet of deli paper with my stylus and then making marks, random marks on the paper and then painting over that. So I thought we'd play a little bit with that today and with our Poems About You watercolors. Some of you have been asking if you can't find deli paper, what you should use. So I did a little experiment. This is parchment paper. It does have a matte side and a waxy side. This is the more waxy side that I put this down. This is oil pastel. And so it did work. I lost my stylus already. You can use this as well to make marks. It works just as well. So I think everybody can have access to parchment paper. So that's something that's a little different. It works just as well as the deli paper. So keep that in mind as we are going forward. So we're going to be working on the Bahong hot press paper today. I wanted something a little smoother. It tends to work better when you're doing the oil pastel resist, the bumps. The smoother paper makes the lines more noticeable. Okay, so let's get started with just HB pencil. We're just going to make some marks through here like we normally do, just to get warmed up. I'm going to feel out the paper a little bit. Let's come in with a bit of our Pit Pastel, get it a little wet so we can make some bolder marks through here. I kind of want that to be almost scribbly through there. And then maybe one more. Okay. Let's come in with our wax, or our deli paper, sorry, and the stylus. Got some white on here. What I've been doing is just basically making these marks through here. I'm not really, it feels kind of random because I can't really see what I'm making. So, I've been having some pretty good success with it. Like, it's been a fun experimentation, just to give us some more ways to create marks and let marks show up in our work. Okay, that's probably enough. I can get a little carried away. So we're going to start off with the indigo from the Poems About You set. Over here. This is a very strong color. So we're going to use it pretty lightly. I'm going to spray down my paper just a little bit with some water. And then we're going to make some marks. And you can see already like how unique that those marks get when the water hits it. Super cool. I'm going to bring some of this down through here. It's like magic. I love it. And then I'm going to come in with a little bit of sanguine, just because I want a little bit of this orangey color through here. I think it's so pretty. I might add a little bit more of that later, but we're going to let that dry and see what happens. And then I think I'm going to come in with a little bit of the brown color from, it's like a sepia tone. And I'm going to add just a little bit of that through here. And you can see these lines popping up. They're really subtle, but they're very interesting, I think. Just kind of adds a little dynamic feel to the piece, I think. And let's add in a little bit of the, let me get a different brush. Oh, it's too big. And I just want to dab in a little bit of this ochre color. And I find that these have become very simple pieces. I'm not being too fussy about it. I'm kind of letting things just sort of flow a little easier, relinquishing a bit of control, which is hard for me. And yeah, I think it's been a really fun experiment. I probably should have taped this off. Let's let this dry for a second. Okay, I've loaded up my brush again with a little bit of the indigo from the Poems About You set. And I kind of want to just bring like a little line through here and then a bold mark like that. Just something sort of swooshy. I don't even know how to explain it. But I love how these lines through here are popping up. And I really like this effect. I'm just going to leave that because I think that's perfect, at least for now. And then I think I want to bring just a little bit through here as well. Okay. So I've mixed up a little bit of this ochre color with that sepia brown, and that's given us this kind of wonderful brown tone here. And I'm just going to bring some of that through here. Not a lot of water, almost like a dry brush technique through here. Just to kind of let it, these are going to dry later, so we kind of have to be mindful of that. But I'm going to take some pure ochre here. Oh, it was. I need a little bit more water on there than that. These paints do dry out relatively quickly, so something to be aware of. They are gorgeous paints, though. So happy that I bought them, and I love using them. So let's bring in a little bit. I just want some of that pure color through here. I think we got a good start going on here. Again, I'm trying to keep these less complicated than, well, I say that now, but you guys know me. They can get real complicated real quick. Let's get some more of that sanguine because I kind of want just a little bit more of that color coming through here. Just as a little pop, and then maybe some through here. Okay, I'm liking what we got going on so far. Do I need something down here? Maybe I mixed up some of the Titan Buff with a little bit. I think I need a little bit more ochre in there to kind of give us this grayish ochre color, which is, I think, going to be really pretty. So let's see what happens if we just bring a little bit through here. I don't want a lot of it. And I kind of want it to come down a little bit. So let's get out the color shaper and make some different marks. See if we can take some away. I think that's working out nicely. Okay. So the next thing I want to do is add some charcoal marks. Maybe a little Caran dash here and there. So let me think about that. Okay, so let's come in with the Caran dash. Let's get a little bolder through here. Let's make some marks like this to kind of mimic those marks. Let's come back in with our palette knife. Let's scrape back in to kind of bring some of that light out a little bit. Remember, taking away is sometimes more important than putting down. That's why we use good quality watercolor paper, because if we don't, we're going to get, oh, this is nice. We're going to ruin the paper. And so you kind of have to be a little careful. When you're using better paper, you can actually be a little bit more aggressive with it than if you were using a cheaper paper. Just something to keep in mind, because cheaper paper will pill on you and you'll hate yourself. We don't want that. But when we're using better paper, it's durable. Like you can be aggressive with it without like ruining it. Okay. I think that's, do I want more? Maybe I might want a little bit of this color through here. Maybe a little coming up through there, just a little. Yeah, like that. I like that little yellow part there. Okay, let's pick a color for, oh, I kind of want to add, actually, now I'm thinking about it. I kind of want to add a little bit of this purplish color. That violet from the Schmincke set. From the Schmicnke Naturals set. Let me get this moving here. This color right here. I'm just going to add a little bit of that in there. Remember, these work a little bit more like Aquapasto. Let's get it. It's not. I'm going to get it more moving. I want a pretty thick bit of it going through here. As thick as I can possibly get it, I think. And then I'm going to come back in with the color shaper. You can see how you can make these really fun marks with this particular watercolor. It doesn't have any oxgall in it as the binder, so it's a little slippery. But if you watch any of my past videos, you know that, do I want more of that? I don't know. I kind of like just that, maybe a little bit more through here. That we can use it as more of, like we would use Aquapasto. As long as you don't put too much water in it. If you add too much water, it gets a little wonky on you. So just a little bit of water goes a long way on this one. Okay, I think I like that. I like that sort of movement through there. I want some more down here. I just kind of like that. That's kind of, let's pat it out a little bit. Maybe come in with a palette knife a little bit. So we're just building up layers of marks. When you think about your work just being a series of marks, it makes it a lot easier and a little easier to make things when you're not the pressure of making something fabulous. Okay, I think we definitely need some charcoal. So I think I might try the Graphitint Aubergine. It's kind of a purpley color. I've used this technique with us before. So we'll try it with this. If it doesn't look great, then we'll just add in some charcoal. But I kind of, this color is so pretty. I just kind of want a little bit of it through there, just to kind of, well, I kind of need to bring it through here a little bit too. Otherwise it doesn't make sense. Okay, that makes sense. Maybe a little bit more through here. Yeah, I like that. Okay, let's spray it down and see what happens. You can really see that purple coming through. Right through there. Or I just put down my, I'm just going to wipe that up a little bit. This is all going to be covered up by a mat. So I'm going to leave that to dry. And then we'll come back and add some pastel marks maybe through here. Okay, so we're going to try our parchment paper idea here. So this is black oil pastel on parchment paper. I just want to continue with these marks through here. Oh yeah, this totally works. It works pretty well actually. Just to give a little bit more depth. And you can see this is pretty settled. There's some flakes, but it's pretty much, once you get it wet, it really sticks. So you don't have to really worry about. I think I want more of these kind of marks though. You can make wispier marks with the end of your palette knife. And it really depends on how hard you push on it. I think I just want some lines coming through here. Kind of put these together through here. Maybe just a few through here as well. just to kind of bring this together. Ooh, I like it. I like it. I like what we got going on here. I might want to, one last thing, and I think we're done, is I'm going to make this a little darker. I'm not sure how much darker I can make with this pencil. Oh, there we go. I just wanted a darker mark through here to kind of just delineate a little bit. You know what, might need some of these marks through here. Actually, let's bring it up a little bit. Kind of bring it just a little bit into this section up here. We've already got some oil pastel up there from the white resist. Thought it might be interesting to see how they play off each other. That's kind of fun. Okay, this one is done. Let's take a look at it with the matte. Okay, here it is with the matte. I really love the sky. I love what happened up there. Like, I liked it first, but then I really love this mark I put through there. Fabulous. Love how wispy and kind of sporadic it is. I really like this orange. I love the resist. I love that idea of random resist. I think it just makes me happy when I'm putting on the paint and I kind of don't know what's going to happen because I can't really see it. It just makes me so happy to see it pop up. Like, it's just makes me so happy. I can't even explain how happy it makes me. I like the marks through here. I really like that sort of, although it kind of faded a little bit, that purple color that we put through here with the ochre is nice. I love the purple. Graphitint is much bolder. Like, it almost dried lighter than when it looked like when I put it down. But I'm okay with that. I really like that pop of purple through there. It kind of feels like flowers or something. And then I like what's going on over here. I think it's got good movement. I like the dark lines that we put through with the black. Oh, yeah, I like it. I like it. I'm pretty happy with this one. So yeah, don't forget to like and subscribe. I will be back on Tuesday with another video. And let me know your thoughts. Let me know what you think about this. If this is something you can try. Make sure you try out the parchment paper for the wax resist or the oil pastel resist. It works really well. And I will see you in the next one. Thanks so much. Bye.